2024 is here, and I'm still having a hard time believing it. Welcome to TNT Homesteading. Join us as we spend our first full year here on our 10-acre off-grid homestead. Hey y'all, welcome to TNT Homesteading. This is Terry.
And Tracy.
And 2024 is here, and I'm still having a hard time believing it. It's been a whirlwind. We found this place in 2020. January 15th or so is when we first laid eyes on this property. And it will be 4 years and just a few days since the first time we ever saw this place. And it doesn't look anything like it did then.
No, not really.
So, in yesterday's video, we covered what we did in 2023. And so today, January 1st, we're going to talk about our plans for 2024. What do you say, honey?
Well, I say we got stuff to do.
We do have stuff to do. Porch.
Yes.
I don't know if that'll be the very first thing we do, but it's going to be one of our high priorities, is to have a porch between the two cabins, so you don't have to go down and then go back up and then go back down and go back up and go through the dirt. And
covered from one area to the next porch, and part of it is going to be screened.
Part of it will be screened because we don't like the bugs.
You can cook in peace without the flies and the bees.
Bees last year were horrible. It was a wood bee of some sort.
The spicy flies were after me last year, and they got me 3 times here, I think.
Every time they got her, it hurt worse.
Swell up. And not good. Not good.
Buck and split wood, though pretty much I think that's going to be a perpetual thing on our to-do list. We still have more cleanup to do around the solar panels of what was dropped last year, and I've got more trees I want to drop, both around the solar, and then we've got a couple of sickly trees. We got one over here that's not doing too good that I think I would rather drop, and I have control over how it falls than just waiting for it to just die and fall. So we've got that on tap. We may do some more batteries. We've got basically 2 200 amp hour 48 volt batteries. I've got a total of 8 batteries, but the way I've got them wired, I've got 2 sets that are 200 amp hour that are 48 volt. We may get one more set. When we have multiple long days of clouds, it gets a little dicey. We've ran the generator a few times. Not bad. And I think for the most part, all we really had to worry about it is when we had 3+ days of rain and clouds and not get much charge. It's doing a great charging, especially with the upgrade of the 16 solar panels. And within a day, once we get a good sunny day, it's charged. It charges every day. So I think we could possibly upgrade the batteries, skip adding some more solar panels for the main set, and be good. So we gotta discuss that because those LifePo 4 batteries are not cheap. So we're gonna be, but I think that's going to be on tap for this year, just to give us a little bit of extra oomph.
And get the solar panel for the turlet.
Yep, we
installed.
The 4 25 volt solar panels we took off of the shower shack, we're going to install over here by the cabin, by the living room, bathroom area, for the toilet. The fan on the composting toilet runs on a 12 volt battery, and right now, about once a month, I have to hook up the battery charger and charge it. And we would like to just hook that up to a little solar panel. Initially, I had the 200 watt panel bought for it, but we thought that was almost overkill. So we took that, put it to the shower shack, and we'll take those smaller ones and bring over here. At the moment, that's really all we're talking about using it for. Maybe a porch light. So that needs to happen. I would like that to happen actually earlier in the year.
After the porch.
Maybe right after the porch, so we know where it needs to be installed. But it's not very many people that say they have solar panels for their toilet. We need to do something with our lawnmowers.
Oof.
So the John Deere that was here, we've talked about it last year. We had plans to get it going this year. And I got air in the tires, and they seem to actually be holding air. I've moved it, and I haven't done anything with it. We talked to a guy, and he says he can't even get John Deere parts. Just being a little local shop, you pretty much got to take them to a John Deere dealer. I lifted the lid off the other day, and it just completely fell off. So I don't know what to do with it. We may push it to the end of the road and say free if you want it, or $5 and see what happens. The Murray or whatever the other one is that we've had for several years, there's something going on with it. It's had actually issues. I've had to disconnect several of the things to make it go. Most of the safety features are disabled. But right now the transmission's acting up, and you put it in gear, it does not want to go forward.
If you're on an incline, forget it.
A stop on an incline is a definite no-no.
You ain't moving.
So I don't know what we're going to do with those. We'd sort of like a side-by-side, but we do use the lawnmowers to mow a few places, so we could just use the high wheel trimmer. I don't know what we'll do. We've got discussions to do there, because any of that stuff costs money. We want to get a lean-to for the splitter and get that installed over there. In fact, we had at one point a woodshed made out of pallets. We actually saw one that we really liked, and it would hold 4 cords of wood. I don't remember how much wood this particular setup would hold. And I'd sort of like to get something like that set up and then put the splitter over there by it. Just that way it's all right there together. Right now I've got a bucket over the motor to keep the motor out of the weather. The garden. We need a garden this year. The world's crazy if you haven't noticed. And we want to raise more of our food. This last year, because of everything we had going on, we didn't even really try. We had 2 tomato plants. In the fall, we had 4 zucchini plants. I planted garlic, which that harvest failed miserably. I've got some, but not heads of garlic. They look more like green onions. But where we're clearing for the solar panels is a great place to put the garden, but I got to get everything cleared where I've dropped them so we can get things in the ground. The ground's really rocky here, so at the moment, unless I do a lot of soil amendment in the ground itself, it'll be probably more raised beds. So, but a garden, I'd like to get some perennials put in place, some blackberries, some elderberries, some strawberries, some blueberries. I don't know. I'd love some fruit trees, but I don't know where I'd put fruit trees. So, but a garden is definitely on tap.
The dog. He went that way, but he's coming back around now. He's apparently done a perimeter check while we were chatting.
We need to finish the cabin, the living room. We're 4 boards that cover the peak inside where the metal the seam meets each other at the very top. We've got them. We just didn't get them stained, and the weather is dicey. You know, you need certain temperatures to stain and dry and all that kind of stuff. So we need to do that. Guttering. We want guttering on the chicken coop. We want guttering on the new building. Um, we want more guttering. We want more water catchment,
Especially for a garden.
especially for a garden. We want to gutter our solar panels. So
Catch water by the garden.
we need guttering. We need to get on that. We actually know a gutter guy. My uncle does guttering, and we need to get him some measurements. But the guttering and the water catchment are going to be really big things that we really need. Because right now we got the one IBC tote and it'll hold 275 gallons, which is great, and it goes quick.
Yeah, we have that one, and then the two small ones.
And we got some two small ones next to the shed that just catches runoff, but they fill up pretty well.
35 gallons each.
How much?
35.
35 gallons each, yeah.
And then that one over by the porch is not a 50 gallon. I think it's a 40.
So we've got that. The bedroom. We think we'd like to get a mini split put in there this coming year. We love the mini split in the living room. Love it. And much to my dismay, my wife loves to run the heater.
I've ran it twice.
0. But she's come in when it's cold. One time I was out of town and it got
like
super cold.
42 degrees.
And she didn't want to wait for it to heat up with the stove. So, what'd you say, 15 minutes? And
yeah, 15 minutes and it was up to 15 degrees. So, it was a good use of 15 minutes.
So anyway, but it's so much quieter than a normal window unit. And so I think we're going to probably go ahead and put one in over here just so
you can't hear it running when you're outside unless you're standing right next to it. You don't hear it. Unlike the window unit, when it's on, it's loud.
And you don't hear it running when you're inside either.
Yeah.
Unlike the window unit, when you hear it as well. So, and that window unit was here, and so we know it uses more power. One other thing, electric in the shed. I've got, there's the two parts of the shed. I've got a light switch on a pull chain. I've already bought the equipment for it. I just need to get it installed. So on the side we don't use much. I want to get that installed. And on the other side I want to put a plug in and a light switch. So when we come into the shed we can turn on the light. There's lots of stuff we'd like to do. But that's our plans for the year. And that's still a lot to do. And days like today, I could be clearing wood, but instead we went for a drive and I found some possible places to kayak and found some possible places to fish and found some possible places to hunt and found some possible places to forage.
And saw 3 bald eagles.
We saw 3 bald eagles and one of them flew right over our head within, I mean we were in the car, but it was right over the car. And it was amazing. Never seen anything like that. So it was great. For 2024, you have anything you'd like to add, my love?
I'm looking forward to being retired.
She has quit all of her jobs. So she would drive to Tulsa about once a month and do several jobs, and she quit them all. I'm not sure one person knows yet, but they will before this video airs, so I don't mind saying it.
Everybody knows.
Everyone knows.
It's been on the Facebooks.
But that's it. We've done almost one full year here of living here full time. And most everyone knows where we're at now. The post office gets our mail. Even Amazon will deliver packages out here. It's been a while since I've had phone calls from FedEx saying, "Now where are you at? I can't find you." But Google still doesn't know where we live. I can't put my address in and Google find us. So, in a way, that's a good thing.
Taxman found us.
Taxman did find us. The surveyor came out and took pictures, county assessor, but their taxes only went up like a total between the two 5-acre properties, like $12 or something like that. So that's not bad.
No.
So anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for coming along on this journey. I don't know what this next year is going to hold. We've got things planned. We're not really planning on doing much work on the house part yet. If we get things done, I'll start chopping down trees, but there's plenty to do around here. We want it to be a sort of a year of infrastructure, get things set up. Oh, I don't know if I talked about it. When we do the porch, we need to re-roof the cabin, the bedroom, and we really hate to do that because the moss that's on those shingles are amazing. It's just really cool. But around the chimney it leaks, and it was been patched and patched and patched before we got here. I've tried at least once and it continues to leak. It's not bad, but it leaks some. And we don't want mold and we don't want that stuff. So when we tear down the porch and build a porch between the two, we're looking at possibly even extending the roof over the porch, so it just sort of is all enclosed.
Makes the most senses.
And I like that idea because I'm just sitting here thinking about it, and I'll probably hang a ceiling fan in that porch section that's covered, and that way we don't even have to move things around. We can just flip a switch and run a ceiling fan on that porch.
I like it.
Anyway, y'all, thanks for watching, and Happy New Year, and we'll see you on the next video.
Bye-bye.
Bye.